presentation is about education for sustainability, but how to construct case studies based on the experience of the project this morning. Emanuela Mora told us this project, Fashion and Food Synergy for Sustainability. So now we wanted to share with you how we have developed some case studies. Study that we have done 4 of the components of the project from 2 of the universities. We are 4 universities involved in the project. So only 2 of us, ISEM, a fashion business school at the University of Navarra in Spain, and Modacult, one of the centers of the Università Cattolica from Milan, Sacré-Cœur. So these are the authors. Myself, Maria Ángeles Burguera, Silvia Mazzucotelli, and Ludovica Carini. So the idea is that, as we have said before, younger people, they are supposed to be more sustainable than anyone else, anywhere. And the idea is, if education for sustainability aims to ensure that learners can adopt more sustainable lifestyles, young generations are supposed to be more sustainable per se, and they are said to be increasingly informed and sensitive about sustainability in their choices and habits. The question is how to deal with these questions at the university. So does education for sustainability still make sense? And if yes, which teaching method proves most effective and why? So this is what we have tried to study in this communication. And this is a study that has been prepared in the context of this Erasmus Plus program. And as we listened this morning to Emanuela Mora, this is one of the meetings that we have, well, not all, but mostly many of the people involved in the consortium. So I have highlighted the 4 of us. And as we have heard this morning, there are 4 universities, Università Cattolica, University of Navarra, Radboud University, and Jagiellonian University in Krakow, and then 4 social organizations from Austria, from Spain, from Italy, and from Greece. So now I have a short video explaining the project.
This year we've had to lose our space, we've lost dancing. We've lost the hugs with friends and people that we loved, all these things that we took for granted.
So this paper highlights the results of this educational experience implemented with 153 students attending these 3 different universities, Cattolica, ISEM, and Radboud in the Netherlands in 2023. And we did a hybrid experience with many students from Italy that were face-to-face in the class, and also some students from Spain and from the Netherlands that were connected online. And the objective of this paper is threefold: to describe and share this innovative methodology to address case studies in fashion and food research Also, how we have used these case studies to promote problem-based learning among these different university students, and how these case studies have been effective in fostering these conscious and globally aware behaviors, because I think this is the most important objective when we are teaching sustainability. Because in spite of the growing sensitivity of the younger generations, education for sustainability does not lose its relevance. And the question, therefore, becomes a pedagogical one. If we do not want, since there is not enough just to teach sustainable development by transferring specialist knowledge in this area, it's necessary to equip students with all the tools, values, capabilities that will enable them to respond to the complexity of this topic. The idea is, how can we do it? So this is what we have thought, a small introduction about this need of education towards sustainability, sustainability in the fashion and food sectors, because it's the scope we have developed in our project, and how we have constructed these case studies and how we have used them within the project, and some results and the conclusion. So the idea is this need of education towards sustainability that is totally in line with what we have seen before this morning and this afternoon right now. And the idea is that we need to reorient students to students' learning experiences in order that they can understand their professional responsibilities once they leave the university, and also the personal abilities and motivation when they are acting as citizens. To ensure that learners can adopt more sustainable lifestyles, not only in the domestic sphere, but also influencing change within their professional activities. And what we have realized is that just imparting information is not enough. So at the same time, it's still relatively rare to find university programs with special activities or a special focus on sustainability that integrate traditional lectures with more practical activities. In fact, today in this conference, we have seen many options with these three projects, the European projects in the morning, and now with these activities from my colleagues before me. But well, the idea is the goal of these integrated approaches is to encourage active participation and conscious learning, regardless the specific scientific focus on their degree program, because one of the main characteristics is always that interdisciplinarity is the very, it's a very essential approach when you are speaking about sustainability. So when we started this project on fashion and food synergies for sustainability, we realized that these two sectors are experiencing similar challenges regarding sustainability. The requirements for more transparency, more traceability, also the development of circular business models in both value chains, also this growing interest about waste management, the concern about green claims in both value chains. There is a study from the European Environmental Agency, I think it was in 2020, in which they say that they analyze many green claims in products launched in the market in Europe, and most of these false green claims were found in these two value chains, in food and textiles. And of course, regulations, because both value chains are very well regulated. I don't know if it well, but I think very concretely regulated in Europe. And we have this proposal for a directive on green claims, and the last from July for a revision of the waste framework directive that is totally focusing waste from food and waste from textiles. So when we started this case construction, in fashion and food project, what we did was to talk to all the partners, and every one of the partners, every one of us had to write at least one case study, but some partners wrote two. And finally, we did 10 case studies from different backgrounds and also from different countries. We have some from Italy because we have two partners from Italy. We have also in Austria, in Spain, and in the Netherlands, in Poland, and another one from Italy also. And this construction of the case studies was started when we started the project in the first work package, but what we did more was to put it in the international testing, and also, well, in these three first modules, in these three first work packages. So the idea is that we started identifying which were the main interesting topics in terms of sustainability in both value chains. Then we started the interviews, of course, and we did a guideline in order to unify our different backgrounds, because the case studies were written by universities and social companies. And these were the tools that we developed for the construction: an interview guide, an ethnographic guide, and an ethnographic guide. And we also prepared two different structures, one more focused on interviews with people from the company on the case, and the other one more focused on ethnography, is to say, which is the repercussion, which is the effect of this company, of this case study in virtual communities, in social media. So these were two different approaches, and some of the cases use the structure of the first one, structure 1A, and the other structure B. This was the final approach to the cases. So we prepare one focused on a food cooperative in Poland. And here, I don't know if you can see well, but it's very small. We have put only a small abstract of the case, and which are the words, the entries related to the case that we have put in our glossary. That is also a part of the project. So one more focused on the food cooperative, that you can see that has to do with short supply chain, traceability, presumptions, zero waste, circularity, environmental sustainability, and many other things. Another one was local supplier, package free. That is very important. In that case, it was about food, and also has to do with circular economy, transparency. Another case was focused on a fashion company, and committed to circularity and responsibility. And it has to do more with circular design, slowness, transparency. Another fashion company in Greece that use waste from pre-consumer production. We have these 10 case studies. And the use of the case studies was done in two testing modules, as Emanuela told this morning, testing modules in this international approach. That was the challenge of sustainability, and mainly in the unit in the learning module 5 about leading and communicating sustainability. So we use case studies in the first unit. They had to do a SWOT analysis using the case. Then in the unit 3, the tone and challenge of communication, they has to do also this analysis of the communication that people from this company used, and also for the evaluation. So when we go to results on discussion, you can see that case studies are a recognized method to teach. There is a lot of literature on that. And what was best for the student was this part of the engagement component, that they have the narrative aspects, the case studies. So So in the two sectors that we chose for the Erasmus project, the personal implication in daily life are very, very important because they were potentiated by the general interest in sustainability and the social and cultural elements that both types of products share. Another part of the discussion was that we asked the students who took part on the classes during the hybrid course in Italy during the spring last course, and they were giving us feedback through a questionnaire and with 3 focused groups. And we have put here some of the sentences they highlighted. For instance, they thought that the cases were very educational because they met people who were taking action to implement sustainability with their work. So for them, it was very inspiring because if not, it's like only to have theoretical approach and some things, but you cannot see how to put it in practice. So to have this contact with these real people that have started new projects or that are continued projects that started 1 century ago, but with a new approach to sustainability, for them was very, very inspiring. Another one told that for him to put in the place of trying to lead a team and to work with different people, different backgrounds was a very good experience for him. Then another thing was that using the case studies, they stopped being students and they put the glasses of an entrepreneur or a communicator, content creator. So they adopt the role of different positions in the industry. And this is very good for them in order to engage more and also to be more excited with the learning experience. And also we have some things that were not so good as we have thought. And in a number of positive feedbacks, we received also criticism from a student that in that case, he thought that we hadn't used many cases. So because in learning module 5, we only used 3 cases out of these 10. And of course, we could have prepared more cases. So for him, it could be more interesting if we have used more cases in order to have more examples in order to learn from them. And in conclusion, these case studies are useful for going from the individual to collective action. Not only these case studies, but the teaching method using case studies, real life case studies. And these are other perspectives in order to improve our teaching activity. The desired transformation in education for sustainability necessitates a complete rethinking of the curriculum offered by higher education institutions. It has been said before this afternoon that it's true that we need to change. We need to rethink how to embed everything with sustainability aspects, but not only in terms of information, but in terms of trying to behave in that way. The second one could be that the concept of competency assumes paramount significance. We must design educational pathways that emphasize the pivotal role of cross-disciplinary and sustainability skills. Of course, critical thinking, of course, many. The third one is that while individual actions are valuable, the transition to collective action in education for sustainability is crucial for addressing the scale, the complexity, and the interconnectedness of sustainability challenges, and also for fostering the sense of shared responsibility needed to create a more sustainable future for all. Is one important thing that we cannot act alone. We cannot achieve this goal on our own. No? We need to act collectively in the sense that we are part of a society and we need to move beyond our actions. 4 students are now urging universities to provide educational experiences that foster these cross-disciplinary abilities. So not only to receive information, because they have many other means to go to this information, but to provide educational experiences. And this is very good for them to have these case studies based on real life. And on the other hand, also, the results show how the effort made by universities to prepare novel teaching materials addressing these new demands is worthwhile, not only for students, but also for professors. For us personally, the experience of working with companies to create the cases, with social organizations in order to see their point of views, and also to collaborate professors from different universities to create these cases was a very, very good experience. Well, the Erasmus project is funded by the European Union. Well, I'm open to any questions that you may have. So thank you.